Headers. Motherboard headers are small groups of exposed metal pins that allow a technician to connect the physical buttons and ports on the outside of the computer case to the main circuit board inside. The front panel cluster. The most notorious group of headers is the front panel cluster. Often labeled as F-panel on the circuit board, these pins connect the power switch, reset switch, power light indicator, and hard drive activity light, unlike a large single-block connector. These wires from the case are usually split into incredibly tiny 1-pin or 2-pin individual plastic blocks. A technician must use a pair of tweezers or very steady fingers to slide each tiny block onto the exact correct pin, as plugging the power switch wire into the hard drive light pin will result in a computer that simply refuses to turn on. The rule of polarity. When connecting these front panel wires, orientation is critical for the tiny LED light switches, like the power button and reset button, do not care about positive and negative polarity because they just create a simple temporary electrical bridge. When pressed, however, the power LED and hard drive LED cables have a specific positive and negative side. If you plug a light in backward, the computer will still work perfectly. But the indicator light on the front of the case will remain completely dark. Internal USB and audio connections. Beyond the power buttons, the motherboard also features larger headers for the front USB ports, and audio jacks. A standard USB 2.0 header has 9 pins arranged in a rectangular block of 10, with 1 pin intentionally missing in the corner. This missing pin acts as a physical key, so the case cable cannot be plugged in upside down. The front panel audio header, which connects the headphone and microphone jacks, looks almost identical to the USB header, but has a completely different pin missing. This forces a technician to pay close attention to the tiny labels printed directly on the motherboard to avoid forcing the wrong cable into the wrong socket, which could permanently damage the audio chip. The importance of the motherboard manual. Because there is no universal industry standard for the exact layout of the tiny front panel power and light pins, the motherboard manual is an essential tool. Every manual contains a detailed map of exactly which pin does what. Many modern high-end motherboards even include a small plastic helper block that lets you plug all the tiny individual wires into a single solid block outside the case before snapping that entire assembly onto the motherboard at once.